This podcast is powered by The Plug.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Hustle Bunny. I am your host, August Skye, and today we have in the studio the stunning, the beautiful Miss Little Puck.
Hello, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, thank you for coming. You've been like my obsession for like the past, 6 months, I feel like.
Obsession is a strong word. I'm really glad we're starting with that. That's like a nice intensity.
You see?
That you're bringing.
I'm coming in hot.
Oh,
it was a part of my plan. I was like, I'm coming in hot. She's gonna know what's up. Well, I think my biggest thing is like all girls are my favorite.
Oh, really?
They are.
Interesting.
They always have been.
I think on our first meeting, you did talk about how you were like really into horror and stuff. So
I am. Yeah.
I kind of knew. I'm not gonna lie.
You knew it was it was a thing. So kind of introduce yourself to everyone. You're like one of those performers that like you are on a roll. So it's an amazing role.
Thank
too.
You. I'm rolling, for sure. So I am Little Puck. I've been in the industry for almost 11 years now.
Really?
Mostly just content creation for the past decade. Just doing my own thing, clips. Like I started camming briefly, like 2 months. Was not my thing. Mm-hmm. Did not enjoy it. Found my passion in clips. I've always loved making little films, like just like little creative projects and stuff. And so it was a great way for my creativity to shine. And I also got to do some fun stuff with it. I've been doing like erotic horror clips for a while, a lot of cosplay stuff, just like wacky things. I get creative with it. And recently, the past 9 months, I started shooting pro mainstream for the first time, which has been amazing.
Yes.
It's been so much fun. So yeah, and I have some short films coming up that are sex work adjacent, but not actually in sex work, but with sex work like sex worker cast. So it's been a lot of little things.
It's amazing because you're like merging both of the worlds together. Yes. And I find that like a lot of the content creators and performers and entertainers are starting to do that. Like we're all working on all these cute little fun side products that really showcase who we are as people. Yes. And I think that's absolutely amazing. And I think that's how I ended up coming across you was within the past 9 months of you shooting mainstream, right? Because I feel like I didn't know that you were in the industry for so long.
Yes, I have been around for a hot ass minute. I really didn't even know like what browsers was until like 2 years ago. Like I never understood like porn world. Yeah. Like we're very much like the amateur creators and stuff. We have our own very thriving like industry, and we all know each other. Not all know each other, but like there's a lot we've known and seen each other like grow up in this together for a long ass time. But crossing over, I feel like I'm learning new stuff all the time. That I'm just like it's always been here, but it was never my perspective, never my in until now. And I just love that my world is expanding.
Yeah, and I think that's amazing, right? Because I've been learning a lot of stuff from like the, not amateur performers, but more of like the, what would you call it? Just like the content creators. Yeah. And it also, because like I've just been doing adult now for about just like the start of my 3rd year, right? I still don't even know what half the company is. I didn't know what browsers was until I got into the industry, right? Yeah. And like understanding that whole umbrella. But I was so enthralled with just, being on set and just like seeing all the creative side of it. And now it's like, I'm going to take that knowledge and then work on my other little side projects as well too. Yeah. So what are you working on?
Okay.
Yeah, take a deep breath.
So I have a bunch of amazing collabs coming up, but I've been trying to focus more when I do collabs on like kind of bigger stuff now. So I got out of a relationship, like an 8-year relationship about a year ago. And I wasn't really doing like hardcore collabs with anyone. And so for the past like year, I have just been fucking like a lot.
Never too much.
Never too much. Just collab. And usually my guys have been used to me doing like elaborate scenarios and like big like, cosplays and all that. And I've just been like, sex. I'm getting fucked. Watch this. Like, it's really cool, guys.
I think that's amazing. Okay, first and foremost, that's amazing because I did the same thing too. Like after that, like I was just like, all right, well, I guess I'm booked and busy, right? Because I broke up with my ex of like 4.5 years, and then it was just like, well, and then I get paid for it too. Like,
oh my God.
Like, isn't that you don't
we
get much
deserve
better
a
than
slut
that?
era, and it can continue forever.
Yeah.
So.
To be in your permanent slut era and get paid, I feel like is just top. That is you don't get. That's the highest pinnacle.
Yeah, we are pinnacling.
Yeah,
no more peaking. It's
you're peaking. Pinnacle. Little puck is pinnacling.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Yeah. Okay. So fucking. Where was I?
Yeah, fucking.
And
cosplaying.
Yeah.
Your cosplays are absolutely amazing, by the way.
Thank you. So so now after getting that out of my system, not really, but I'm putting it into this new channel where it's like, okay, we're gonna fuck, but we're gonna do a little bit of role play now. I'm gonna bring my cosplays into this. I'm gonna do a little bit more of those stuff that people know me for, and so I have some really cool ones. I don't know if I'm allowed. I don't know when is this coming out. How many months?
Oh, it's probably like a week. Like I think I got
2
like
weeks.
2 more. Like.
Oh, okay, so I can't say everything.
You can say whatever you want to say. Hey, look, it's like I could push this episode as back as far as you need me to. I got episodes in the
queue.
Yeah, in
Okay.
the queue.
Well, I'm gonna hold on to a couple. There's a few. I'm like, I can't. But I'll say my first DP is coming up.
Oh,
which is very exciting.
Nice.
And we're doing. It's so I love really campy shit. I'm also known for just being over the top, wild, ridiculous. So we're doing like a bad to the bone type thing where like I'm a puppy dog, and they're like the two guys are like they're like a biker gang, but not like motorcycles, like bicycles, and they have these little vests, and they find me and they get me into their club, and I'm like their little mascot puppy, and it's a DP.
That.
Anyway.
I love that. I love that. And I feel like I already know who's going to star in
know.
it. I already know.
We know.
I can already guess the cast. And it's an amazing cast. Yeah. I got like with the same cast plus one, we're going to be doing some crazy stuff coming up.
Oh, which one are you? Oh, wait, can you say?
You know
Which one are
what?
you
Just
doing?
keep your eyes
it's
peeled. Because I'll be doing a first for myself as well, too.
I'm very excited for you.
And I think you might be in there as well. I think we've just decided for you to be like a commentator or something like.
Oh yes, this one. Oh my God.
You'll be in there, girl. It's all of us again, and it's gonna be a
wild
slapping
one.
good time. Do you squirt?
I sometimes, but I can never.
You can't. Okay, I'm good at squirting. Yeah, I just got done doing like a squirt scene this week, and it was just like it was crazy squirting all over the place.
I mean, I love sucking up the squirt.
But I was gonna say, yeah, dude, maybe we can make that like a squirt thing for you too.
There's this one particular toy that I can like every time, and I haven't brought it out in a hot minute.
Bring that bitch out.
It'll be my commentating.
Bring that bitch out. Here's the crazy thing. I did this scene and it was my first time working with this girl, but it was her first anal scene. And it's for a top ad for Brazzers. It's coming out soon. I don't know when. I got so many in the queue with them that I'm like, okay. So it was for like the final scene, and they're like, okay, can you squirt first just like one more time? I was like, okay, I can squirt all day. But I felt bad because so it was like she did the cum shot, and then she like cream pied it on my chest. She was licking it off my chest, and then because it like made me so horny, it made me squirt again, right? So I was like, I don't know if I scared her because, first time working with someone and they don't know, and when they're still pretty kind of new to the industry, I was like, well, can you choke me and make out with me? It's going to make me squirt one more time, like big. And she was like, okay. And I was like, no, baby, you got to you can put in that work. But it was like really hot because I could tell that she was like in it, when she did get the clearance. But yeah, that was a good time.
Why is that so wholesome to me? It's just wholesome.
I
hear ludicrous sex shit and I'm like, oh, beautiful. That's so pure. Oh, it's so sweet. It's so nice.
That is nice, isn't it?
I love
I
that.
mean, it's a good time. It's a great time. But yeah, you got that. You got your first DP coming up, which that sounds like an amazing time.
So that's happening.
Let's talk about this. Talking about cosplay.
Yeah.
The one that I'm sure everyone's talked about is the bird. And I'm going to add a picture of the bird into this, after this. But let me tell you one thing. When I saw you dressed like that, it had went so far back and reach in my memory.
It's the core memory.
Yeah,
Unlocked.
it's just like in there. And I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So Don Bluth, animated films, genius, love him. He did like Thumbelina and stuff, Troll in Central Park. He did Rock-a-Doodle.
Yeah.
Right. And I cosplayed as Goldie Pheasant. Who is often mistaken as a chicken. She is a pheasant. But we're not gonna, yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen a pheasant, but like pheasant.
Bosoms, busty. Yeah, I was extremely attracted to her.
See, that's what it was. I think that's what it was that like reached so far back in my brain. So I'm like, I'm oddly into this, and it wasn't even just because of like you. It was because of like why I think I was attracted to her too.
Yeah. She was very hot. Don Bluth made a lot of weird creatures hot, very hot.
Did he do Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I don't think so, but he did for the Fern Gully as well, I believe.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh.
Is it?
Tim Curry plays like a swamp monster.
Oh.
And his voice is... Sorry. I also have a thing for Tim Curry.
Is it making you wet?
Yes, we all.
Are we getting wet on cam?
No. Actually, I am like a little.
But then again, you did have a threesome before you got here.
I did have a threesome earlier this morning.
It's okay. You want to know what I did this afternoon? Like I was like doing all my like, all the online boring stuff that you have to do.
Yeah. I actually like
administrative work. And then I decided to masturbate like 3 times. And like the one thing that, what was hot? It went from hentai to amateur. Like there's like this one film that it's like from maybe like the 90s, early 2000s. It's in Italy and it's like a nun thing going on.
Are you going to send me the link?
I will definitely send you the link.
Are we going to watch it right now?
Yeah, I know, right? I'll clip that. Girl, we will just have a squirt fest here. We got 3 cameras. It'll be ASMR because we got the microphones.
The wetness of the squirt.
Yeah, it's cute. But yeah, so the Rock-a-Doodle, that was amazing.
Yes.
You got to do, who's the hottie from Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
I haven't done her yet, surprisingly. I also did Greta Gremlin from Gremlins too.
Yes.
Did her.
Yeah.
And I haven't decided which monster I'm going to do next, but something's cooking.
Something's coming up?
Something's cooking. I got a massive list of things I could do.
Well, that's what I love about your cosplay. I love about your whole brand and everything is because my fans know that I'm a huge horror fan, right?
Yeah.
And I'm also just like a big movie buff. And I've always been drawn to that. And I think that's what's like so appealing because you're not just doing the normal cosplay. It's like, okay, we can do the anime cosplay.
Yeah.
We can do all of that, which is like, that's fine. Do it. But like, like when your cosplay is more of what I identify as like cosplay.
Thank you.
And I love it because it's like you're reaching into such a different like demographic and part of my brain where I'm like, oh, like this is hot. Like I would have never like these are things like I thought about, but for someone to make them come true is like, oh wow.
I have to do it to like spice it up for myself. Like I have to do the freaky shit that either I was turned on by or that just like it's just appealing because I get to be like I did like Fran Drescher from The Nanny, right? And I did like
please you got to send me the link to that one because I was obsessed with her.
Oh, I love her.
Icon.
Love her.
Yes, yeah.
That was great. I did the voice and I did the little laugh and stuff.
Yeah.
That was good. I love like TV MILF like moms and stuff. Like just women growing up where I was like, wow, icon.
Yeah. Have you done My Wife and Is it My Wife and Kids?
Peggy Bundy?
Yeah,
I did her.
You did her?
Oh,
okay.
I did her.
I was like, I feel like I got to see you in the tight little leopard pants.
I made the Tang witches and everything.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
You just went all in. And then I think she went on to go do Sons of Anarchy.
I haven't seen that yet, but I want to.
It's pretty good. I didn't think I was going to like it, but then I was like, oh,
I've heard good things.
It's really good. It was really good. Yeah. Yeah. So how long did it take for you to get into the Rock-a-Doodle cosplay?
That one, okay, so the Gremlins one was 8 hours of the body paint and then 8 hours of filming. Goldie was 5 hours of the body paint and the latex prosthetic nose I couldn't breathe out of, so I was a mouth breather for about 15 hours. Or whatever the fuck. It was terrible. That was actually extremely hard. So it was like 5 hours, but then I had to do like 3 hours of like reels. Bane of my existence now.
Yeah.
Just so much of what we have to do is the marketing part, right?
That's 90% of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we did 2 scenes, and one was anal.
Yeah,
Very
and
long.
that's also people don't know anal is like that's a whole separate preparation.
Yeah, and then when your body paint is like melting off, like while you're fucking, and you have to get it reapplied. Like it's a big thing.
And how did you outsource for your makeup and prosthetics team?
There is a guy in Texas. He's called My Pet Monster Girl, and this is what he does for a living. He body paints models and does the whole thing. He does the set. He has like 1 or 2 assistants.
Oh wow!
But he like builds. He also like makes dildos and stuff. He does this for like entertainment companies too. But like he has a whole studio just for My Pet Monster Girl.
So it's like his niche.
It's
That's
his niche.
amazing.
He's very, very good at his job. Rudy, shout out Rudy.
Yeah, because I feel like it's already hard. Like for sex workers, it's already hard to be like, hey, I'm doing like this thing, but like it's gonna involve sex. So most it's like you can find the team, but it's also like when it comes down to it, they're like, no, I'm uncomfortable. But I think that's absolutely amazing. I'm gonna have to like look him up.
Oh, please do. He's incredible. So easy to work with too. And
have you done Food to World yet?
I have not. But I did do a scene with. So I worked with Hentai recently. I went to Budapest. We shot for like 7 days straight. Which like the Goldie shit was hard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but with the Hentai one, all right.
She can't even
I had like 5 people on me with tentacles.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I heard.
So I had 2 in my pussy, 2 like, in my face, like 1 wrapped around my leg. Oh, so like 6 or 7, and 1 wrapped around my arm. And I'm lying there like wriggling in a tunnel with just like buckets of cum like dumped on me.
Yeah.
And it was just like the most like body intensive stuff I've ever done. It was very difficult.
How many scenes did it take? 7 days to film one scene, or did you do like 2 or 3 over the course of 7 days?
So the big one that we did, the tentacled one, that was a 2-day shoot. And then we did like 1 day medium sized scene, 1 day medium sized scene, and then like there was another day when we did like a little, like a few, like I can't really remember. It was a flash, like
it was like I feel that. That's like one of the ones I really wanted to do is hentai because that was like that was the porn that I watched because growing up I was like, oh yeah, there's something about that just seems so satisfying. And now that they've brought it to life, you're like, I can fulfill my fantasy when I used to masturbate too, like as like, you know,
I love
that
that was your thing.
It was my thing. So cool. Penises scared me.
Tentacles are good.
Tentacles are good. Hentai was good because it wasn't like real. And then like I went from hentai to like I started going down to like the German gangbangs. Oh. I was like because everyone they always look like they're happy.
Is that like German goo girls?
Well, I like yes.
Is that the name?
You know who I'm talking about.
I've heard. You've
heard some good things about them. Yeah, they've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, speaking of, I want to do hentai. I did Food to World, and girl, when I tell you having a prosthetic penis is the best part of my week. When I had a whole new kink opened up for me, right? So it was a combo pack. It was me, and then there's like this new performer that I worked with, and excuse me, I'm so sorry, I can't remember your name, but she was amazing, cute little redhead girl.
Yeah.
And she was dressed up like a kitten, and then she also had like this like prosthetic penis, but I just did most of the fucking, but it was like kitten play on top of like the whole thing. And it was just like, I was like, come here, kitten. And I was just like, dude, I don't know what just happened, but like there's a whole new level of freak that just came out. And I know it sounds crazy, but I was like, it was really satisfying. And then like you're fucking, and then we both, you know, coming, you know, so all the whole bukkake come just like everywhere, like over the top. I was like, all of my fantasies are coming true. All of the things that I used to like masturbate to, I'm giving people things to masturbate to, right?
Oh, I love that for us.
I always wanted to be like a real life hentai doll. Like that's just like that's my final form.
And you're like there. You're there. You're like literally doing it.
We become what we want to. Yeah.
We become the
porn that we've watched, I guess.
The fuck dolls we want to see in the world.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about more about some other projects you got going on. So are you able to talk about Onlyfangs?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Okay.
So
let's get into that.
Yes. So there's 2 short films that I have coming up. I did my first short film not recently, but I guess like 6 months ago. For the very first time, it was my first like non-adult thing, and that's called Cock Destroyer. I played a sex worker.
Ironically enough.
And it was like I was a succubus, and that hasn't come out yet. I'm very excited for when that's in theaters. And then I am now, my next one coming up is Onlyfangs. And it's with Angie and Paul Productions. I have never worked with them, but I've heard great things. The cast is mostly sex workers, I believe. It's kind of like a large one. I think there's like 15 cast members.
Okay.
But it's like, we're like vampires. But I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, actually. But
okay, we can keep it as light.
Right. We're vampires, and it's called Onlyfangs. And I feel like you can kind of get...
You could put 2 and 2 together.
Where that's going. But we shoot in like 3-4 weeks or something, so it's coming up quick.
It's crazy how fast this year is going by.
I don't know.
It's just I feel like my summer's already done. I feel like summer, I'm like, dude, like summer's gone.
I went outside, and I was like, why haven't I been outside?
I'm like a fucking
gremlin.
They have a gremlin in my house.
Like house goblin. It's beautiful out.
It's gorgeous. And then I go outside on my patio and I realize like I don't have any pants on. You know what I mean? Like, have you done that? Like, I'll just like go outside. I'm like, oh, this is the real world. It's like, oh,
yeah.
I'm just out here. I'm like, it's okay. People probably think it's a swimsuit.
Yeah.
No
one's really cute. No one cares.
It's LA. I feel like people are like they've seen worse.
I mean, I just moved here, so I'm still getting the culture, you know. I
did too, but like you get cultured fast. you get cultured quite fast. I will say that. But I have no regrets. How are you adjusting to LA? How do you like it so far?
I fucking love it. I never thought I was going to be someone who moved to LA. When people were like, oh, I'm going to move to LA, I was like, why? Gross. Like, for what?
Good luck on your dreams.
Yeah, like, okay. Make something of yourself. I don't get it. Like,
I used to be that way too. I was like, I never saw myself being a Cali girl, but then I guess like somehow I became a Cali girl. Yeah.
It's weird.
And it fits a little too well.
Isn't that kind of yeah?
You're like, oh,
I'm like, oh, I'm thriving here.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I get it. But I also thought I was just like the city of smog. Like, I didn't realize there was so much beautiful nature.
Yeah.
Like, I walk outside, like, in my neighborhood, and I'm constantly smelling all these plants and looking at these wild-ass, wacky plants.
Yeah.
That I did not realize, like, existed even. And it's really cool. I have my little plant app, so I, like, identify the plants.
Yeah.
I learn about them.
That's really cute. You want to know what I did learn about why they have so many just crazy plants and stuff out here? I guess, like, back in the 20s... they because it's like such an arid climate, they couldn't get plants to grow out here. So the only other climate that is similar to LA is Australia. So whoever the mayor, whoever it was that was running down the city, they decided that they would just transport plants from Australia and have them here, and now they're thriving. So that's why there's so many just like random, like crazy, like you're just like this. It is so colorful and just so gorgeous out here.
Insane.
Like you're like, how is this here, right? You almost feel like sometimes you're like in a different country. But yeah, it's all imported from Australia. Transplanted. Yes.
I'm sorry. I had to.
I haven't had a train on me yet, but we're getting there.
I learned also that so palm trees aren't native here as well.
Oh.
And so in the 1920s, it was actually when the San Franciscan monks were here, they first brought the palm trees over because they were trying to indoctrinate people in Christianity, and the palm tree was like a symbol of Christ, because like the palm trees or like the palm leaves when Jesus comes in. Anyway, So they brought some over,
Yeah.
and then it just like kept getting kind of like a new wave of like interest. So then there was like this era, I forget if it was like the turn of the century, where it became like very cool to have palm trees because it was like exotic and like, oh, we know so much about the world. It's like a very humanist perspective. And then in the 1920s, we had it was like the World's Fair here or the Olympics, and I can't quite remember, but then they're like, oh, we need to put people to fucking work. We're going to plant palm trees. It's a symbol of LA. So there's just been like these like moments where the trees keep, sorry.
Yeah, no, I love it, right? Because I'm like, I love learning stuff too, right? Because I always like love to hear what like people have to say about LA because there's like all these poets and writers and things and it's kind of funny how they all describe it. I forgot which poet it was, but I think he described LA as like the gates to hell.
City of Angels, gates to hell.
Yeah, but it's like, but it kind of makes sense because it's not like the gates of hell. It's like you just have to really be prepared for LA. Like you just can't move here without like the people who moved here with just like I'm just gonna move to LA, and it's like no, you got to move here with a plan.
That is like I feel so lucky because I pretty much soft launched my entire like. The first place I stayed is the place I now live because I kept staying at this house because they like rent it out to people who like come through, and like every time I went, I was like literally the first time I walked through that door, I was like, oh,
like this is home.
I'm like this is I'm gonna live here.
Yeah,
and now I do.
And now you do.
And you can't get rid of me.
Well, now you can't get rid of me because I know where you live, girl.
You're such a tease.
I know your humble abode, girl. Don't play with me.
Come over anytime.
Oh,
game night.
Oh yeah.
Game night's coming up.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you're ready for the cutthroat bloodthirst.
Oh, you guys ain't ready for me.
That I got. Oh, good.
I'm like, oh, little pop.
Oh,
I'm losing. I'm losing. Oh no. Oh, you have to sit on my face because I lost? Oh, poor me.
Why am I blushing right now?
Like, what?
We got to your asshole so quick, August. So quickly.
Your asshole, not mine.
Oh.
I'm like, if I lose, you got to eat my ass. Oh, girl. Oh, I just lost that. Go fish.
We don't play fucking Go Fish at my board game night.
Oh.
All right.
What do we play?
We play real grown-up games.
Okay.
Like a Haunted House on the Hill. Betrayal at Haunted House on the Hill.
They have a strip club game that I want to get.
Oh.
It's like strip club Monopoly.
Do we have to club strip?
No, it's just a board game. They even have like different shaped strippers. They got like the petite one. They got the thick one.
Oh my God.
I'm going to send it to you.
Bring it.
But yeah, we got a game night coming up, and that's amazing. But speaking, I got a little sweat. I'm getting sweaty. My nipples are hard talking about this. Oh my!
I didn't know we could be so risque on this. I'm excited.
Oh,
I'm like, okay.
Girl, there's no holds barred on this podcast. And I feel like my editor, I just stress him out all the time because I'm like, dude, I got crazy stories. Girl, the shit that I've lived through.
Oh, I've heard some. Yes. I heard a little bit, and I was like, I feel like we had some similar experience.
Yes. So I like to do a little segment called Bunny Stories, and it could be anything, crazy moment, whatever. When I tell people, I've been a stripper, I've been an escort, I've been a sugar baby, so I am very open, and I know all different aspects of the sex work, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess, okay, let me ask you, craziest Uber story.
Craziest Uber story. Well, there's one, it's sad though. I don't think I really want to tell it. It's not a good.
It's not a good, okay.
It's not a good one, no.
Well, tell us something fun.
Oh, God.
Let's not make it sad.
No, let's go to you first. I'll keep thinking.
Craziest Uber story in recent times. I met this woman on St. Patrick's Day. She was a MILF. Obviously, she was cool. I met her out, and she was like, I've never been with a woman before. And I was like, all right, challenge on. So we went back to her place, but her partner was there, but she locked him out so that we could have our relations. And
wait. So you met her in the
No, in a bar,
oh,
like
okay.
in a restaurant.
Okay,
I was
I was
out
like-
and about, and I'm always by myself. So people are like, "What the hell is this girl got going on?" Just leave me be first and foremost. You guys, it's wild out here. So I met this lady. We went back. She wanted to hook. I was like, "Okay, cool. Like I'll do all the work. Like that's fine. I'm here for it." And then I think we had gotten just like a little too tipsy, and then she like had to go to work that night. She was an overnight nurse. So, oh my God. I think that like she put in the wrong address, but then like, you know how Uber puts like a hold on your card sometimes, like you like lock out. So we're sitting in this Uber because we went to the wrong place. I'm just like riding on the hopes and prayers of this woman's tits because my phone is about to die, so I can't call this one. I looked at the Uber driver and I was like, bro, if I take my top off and like show you right around with my tits out, will you take us where we need to go? He goes, yeah, fine. I was like, all right, girl, titties out, we gotta go.
That's amazing. Oh my God. That's so powerful.
The worst, here's the proof of it. So this guy, my partner, I guess I have FaceTimed him. The only thing I have is a screenshot of me and her FaceTiming him in the middle.
You said a little tipsy.
Just a little
I don't
tipsy.
feel like.
Well, here's the thing. I remember the night, but like, you know how like there's just like some parts of it where you're just like,
Did that happen?
yeah, did it? Because you don't want it to happen. Because
Yeah,
you're like a
you're
little
like,
too embarrassed, a little too toasty. But that was a couple of months ago. Your girl's been. I toned it down.
Actually, this month I'm not drinking like at all because I've been having some fun.
Been having too much fun.
There's so many
feel
parties and like things. I'm not used to being out this much.
Me neither.
And I'm a lightweight. So
yeah, I feel that. LA is like one of those places where, especially within this industry, it's like you have to show a lot of face. But like for me, it's like I'll go out, but I really don't step out as much as I used to. Also because I used to be a dancer. I think like working in a club, having drinks, and then getting paid to party is just like a different kind of like rhetoric that's in my mind.
Yeah.
You know? So sometimes I feel like I'm just like out of that era.
Absolutely.
I did it for 4 years. I'm out of that. I was like I was in my peak messy last summer.
Do you feel like going to those parties kind of puts you in that work mode
yeah,
too?
you
And then it's
automatically
like,
just like,
yeah.
because it's like, like I don't really, you know, and then also like I don't want to let loose around, not let loose, but like I'm in work mode.
Yes.
Even at even at the parties and things that we go to, I'm
there
still
are
in work
coworkers
mode.
and peers and directors.
Yeah, and like the last thing you want to be is like that person, right? Yeah, I'm like a hidden party girl. People are like, we don't know, and it's like, yeah, good. Good.
Good.
You don't want to know about that. You don't want cinnamon to come out. And if you guys know cinnamon, then that's a wild.
I plan to see cinnamon for you guys. I'll let you know.
You guys know it's a good time.
I'll let you know.
But yeah, that's my bunny story for the day.
That's beautiful. Can I cheers to this?
You can cheers to it.
I'm not drinking, but
Yeah, we got the Black Girl Magic going on here. Yes.
a beautiful product placement.
Yeah. So let us know. What else are you working on? Because you are a busy bee.
Yes. Okay. So I have another short film coming up, and it's called Frankenbabes.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, very excited for this one. It's a cast of, I believe it's 7, and we're all sex workers, different varying degrees of like the type that we do. But we're like a traveling burlesque troupe that gets killed, like murdered, by some nefarious men with ill intent who have some religious background. And there's some,
So
this
is kind of this is a dark one.
It's dark, but it can be. There's a lot of gore, which I love. It's kind of like a Tales from the Crypt meets
that.
Weird Science with the backbone of Frankenhooker.
Ooh.
So, we get reanimated, brought back to life. I get to play the character Jumper, I have like spiky shocked hair, and I'm like all body painted blue, and I'll have like these cables coming out of me, and I'll have like some sort of like, I haven't figured out how I'm going to move and stuff yet, or how I'm going to talk, but it's going to be a little weird and a little fidgety, you know?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
What was I going to say in lieu of this? Favorite horror movie?
I knew that you were going to ask me that, and I was so stressed about it because I was like, there's so many good movies.
There's amazing ones. So I will start off with, I love John Carpenter's Prince of Darkness.
I have to say, literally anytime I do cam, my little puck pack, my fans, anytime I cam or we have like a Snapchat group, anytime I leave the chat, I will come back and they will be talking about The Thing. It's like our long running joke. Someone always brings it up. Somehow. The Thing.
The original The Thing.
Yes. Yeah. And they all love it, like very much.
Do they really?
Yeah, it's one of their faves. It's adorable.
Oh, that is really cute. I do
cute.
love that. Have you? It's in talking about like really just like I also like really shitty horror as well too because I feel like I got a huge place in my heart for it.
Yeah.
Tell me if you've heard. Have you watched The Suckling?
The Suckling?
Oh, girl. So let me tell you, I went to a horror movie fest in Denver, I guess 2 Halloweens ago now, and there was this company that was there that refurbishes long-last movies that were only on VHS and puts them on DVD and other ways to get them for streaming. And I just picked up, they had all these like hundreds and hundreds of titles of just like things that people like never heard of before. And this movie came out like in '89. And this teen couple goes to a brothel to get an abortion.
Okay.
They flush the fetus down the toilet. The fetus comes back to life and kills everyone one by one in this brothel. And it's so bad, but it is so good.
Oh, that's so good.
You have to watch it. It's called The Suckling.
I'm so excited. Thank you.
Please.
Oh, my God. Thank you. So my favorite like type of like the shitty horror is like the shark horror ones.
Oh,
so
Sharknado?
Like I haven't seen Sharknado, but like Deep Blue Sea, for example.
Okay.
Special place in my heart because it's just ridiculous. Like the way that people get murdered in that one just brings me such glee.
There you go.
Yeah,
I love
good.
that. And I guess if I like the traditional horror, I guess the Nightmare on Elm Street, the original one, was the first movie that ever actually scared me. When I was a kid. Yeah, because like the whole thing is you can't go to sleep.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh no.
I really love Cronenberg's shit is like obviously amazing. The Fly.
I love that movie. That is such a good one.
Anything with like body horror specifically really gets me going.
Yeah.
The supernatural stuff is the stuff that makes me still really scared, and that's why I like watching it. Yeah. Because it's the stuff that still gives me
gives you the heebie-jeebies.
Gives me the heebie-jeebies because I grew up in like a very conservative Christian environment, and we thought there was spiritual warfare going on around us all the time. So I was already inundated with that like type of fear, and so it really triggers big nerves. Yeah, gets me.
I get that. The ones that get me are more of like the ethereal horror, like like your Eraserhead, which is kind of like that David Lynch kind of like ethereal. You're kind of like in a dream state, which kind of feels like, you know, when you're like trying to look at yourself in a mirror in a dream, but you never can because it's kind of foggy.
Wait, what?
You know.
When you're dreaming,
Yeah, when you're dreaming or on acid, I guess. Yeah. But like I feel like you have like that like glaze over your eyes. That's what his movies feel like to me. It feels like that thing where you can't like you're like in it and you can't quite like, you know, rub your eyes. I like that. I like a nasty I like a good build up. And a new one that I watched, Pearl.
Yes.
Oh
my God.
Mia Goth is amazing.
And what's the one coming out?
I think it's XX.
Yeah. I think so. She's Mia Goth.
She is incredible.
Oh my God.
I think her monologue in that movie and her crying when she didn't get picked was like more horrific than anything possible.
Yeah, that entitlement.
Yeah,
it's just such a great like edge to ride. Like,
yeah, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. So if people want to be a fan of you, where can we? I know where to find her, guys. I got her shit like bookmarked.
I was gonna say, am I in your bookmarks? How many tabs of me do you have open?
Girl, don't play. Okay. I think your algorithm. I think you are my algorithm. You and Tiger Lily, but like Tiger Lily, I'm too shy to like tell her that.
Oh, she's so sweet though.
Exactly.
She's so kind.
I know. That's the worst part about it.
God.
That's the worst part about it. But if people want to find you, find all of your amazing videos and I'm telling you guys, she puts out amazing work. Even if you just want to go in and just look at how visually stunning and creative everything is, where can we find you at?
So I am on ManyVids. I'm actually Creator of the Year for 2024.
Congratulations. That is absolutely amazing.
So that's where my largest clip collection is, and some of my more risque taboo stuff's on there as well. You can also find me on onlyfans.com/littlepuck. I'm on Pornhub. I'm on Twitter, Little Puck. Instagram, Little Puck's Playhouse, TikTok as well. I'm on everything.
She's on everything. She's on everything but me right now.
You guys do not know what's going to happen after this gets shut off, but
they know. But do you have any last words for your fans? Anything that you want to put out there for them, or just for anyone? What's your last final word you got going on?
Final words. I just want to say, so I recently won Alt Porn Best Clip Artist of the Year, and which was
congratulations on that.
Thank you. I feel like I keep being like, oh, by the way.
No, girl, gas yourself up, because people don't realize like this is work, and it is. It's when you start winning awards for stuff, that means that just kind of shows that you have your hard work is paying off, and we invest so much more into our product. You know, and that's why I think your work is amazing, because you're not just putting out like your just casual hookup scene. You're putting in time, effort, consistency, and coming up with this. Exactly.
I'm fucking passionate. Like, I am passionate about it.
And it shows.
Thank you.
And it shows.
Thank you.
I promise you guys, it definitely shows. And yes, congratulations on your Alt Award. Was it Clip Performer of the Year? Or what was it for?
Clip Artist.
Clip Artist of the Year. ManyVids Creator of the Year. You were the host of the X-Biz Awards Miami 2024. What year are we in? 2024? Yes, you killed it. You did an amazing job. So you are just my praises to you. So yeah, you definitely.
Thanks for gassing me up. I feel like I just like the smile hasn't left my face since I came in the building. I feel like I'm starting to hurt. Like, I'm a little cheesed up right now. I'm like, okay.
No, I'm telling you, it's worth the hype. I'm not even a hype. It's just like I just love it when I meet new and exciting performers who are actually doing things and creating things. Like I went out to Vegas to go see Molly Stewart 2 days ago. Love her to death, but like same thing. It's like now we have projects that we're planning on working on and doing and just creating. So it's nice when you get to be around creative people who just aren't doing this for a check or for clout or like they just like they're successful, but they just like hate every moment of their job.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah. So I feel like when we find like-minded individuals like ourselves, it pushes us to up our game. It gives us fire and inspiration, and it just makes us feel like connected more to each other in our community. And I think that's really beautiful.
And your fans love it too. Your fans say they fucking love it.
They're along for the ride.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, so I was at a memorial earlier today, and there was something someone said, and not to bring the mood down, but I think it was really beautiful. Someone went up to speak, and they were like, the reason I'm not bawling here right now up on stage is because I told this person I loved them every chance that I got, every time I saw them. And that just like really hit me today. And with like so much going on in my life and all this like work and all this investment that I have in my career and stuff, I just wanted to take a moment to remind myself and the people watching that like there's so many people around you who like love you. Just fucking say it to them. Like, you like, there's so many people you're inspired by that you love who are in your life that you see every day. Just remember, everything goes by so fast. So
it does go by fast, and don't get too immersed in your work. Take some time for yourself. I'm learning that too, because I'm creating and on a rebrand and doing all this stuff. And it is nice to say like, I feel bad because like I do this thing to where like I just disassociate and I just get into so much of like working and I get sucked up into my own world. But I've been doing a thing now to where like I do text people and I do take like a day. I do take like every other day to like, if I'm not just busy back to back, I take every other day and I keep time for myself. And I also keep time for those that I love.
I love that.
And I try to make it like a thing too, to where like I gotta call my family. I got at least if I just send something and maybe if they don't get back to me, just send something, because at least you know you did. And yes, it was a loss in the industry that we had, but we have taken some heavy losses this year in some very unfortunate ways. And mental health is always a big thing. I myself came out of a crazy whirlwind state of depression over like the past like year, 8 months to a year, you know, dealing with a lot like we do, breakups and movings and making a transition into your career and all this. So yes, do take the time to tell people that you love them. Tell yourself that you love you. Even tell yourself that you love you, because this work is very daunting.
I love that.
You know?
I have to say, so I this is maybe TMI. No, it's not. I sent a voice message to myself. So I was doing archery, like, and I haven't found a good place here yet, but I was doing it for a couple of years. And during one of my tournaments, like right beforehand, I like sent myself a voice message. I could listen. I was just like record it for myself so that I could play it to myself. And it was just me hyping me up and being like, I love you. Like, you got this. Like, you're so great at what you do. And even if you don't, like, kill it. Like, I'm proud of you for stepping up.
Yeah.
Have a good day. I was just like, and it was so cheesy, but just like saying that to myself, I was like, oh.
Girl, I do it too. I write letters to myself, and then you come back and you realize it, because I had like this moment of like, oh, I don't have any moments of gratitude right now, because I always like, we always see how far we have to go, but then I was like, girl, like, you're living in LA and you're thriving, and a lot of people can't even make it this far in your name, like all this stuff, and you're just like, girl, you did that. Like, you're doing okay. We're all doing okay. Whatever it is you're doing, I don't care if you what kind of work you do. Just take some time for yourself and just love yourself a little bit. Yes. Well, thank you, little Puck. You are absolutely amazing and such a pleasure, and I can't wait to have you back on the show.
Thanks for being my new obsession now.
Thank you. Oh, don't you thought Baby Reindeer was a crazy show. Wait till you get Baby August.
I'm waiting.
Well, until then, stay hustling, my little bunnies, and we will see you guys very soon.
This podcast is powered by The Plug.